The University of Michigan is a community where each member has a special place. As a part of the memorial program, the presentation of those remembered includes the reading of each student's name, along with a description of their accomplishments or a reading in their honor. The following readings are in honor of the students who passed away during the 2020-2021 academic year. Some families shared videos and photos of their students as well. Marco Alcocer. Marco was a resident of Chicago, Illinois before attending the University of Michigan as a student in the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts. Marco's instructors from UIC College Prep High School reflected on the joy of teaching Marco and shared, quote, "Even early in the morning, he would walk in with a smile on his face. I loved his energy and always put in so much extra work to my class. I loved his passion for music too. He will be missed." Marco always brought so much energy and enthusiasm to our first period class. He was such an encouragement to his peers and will truly be missed. Marco was one of the most memorable students I've ever taught. He was kind, passionate, and had an amazing sense of humor. I loved when Marco would stop by my classroom even in his junior and senior year to say hello, check in, and show with pride everything he had accomplished. My thoughts and prayers are with his family, friends, his UICCP community, and everyone who had the pleasure of knowing him. What an honor to have met and taught Marco. I found myself learning a lot from him. In the first year, he was in Lambda Sigma Upsilon, a Latino fraternity. He empowered so many of his fellow classmates and worked hard to implement a program that would benefit his entire school in the years to come. Marco, you are an inspiration to so many. May you rest and continue to shine your light on everyone. Noah Cutler. Noah was from West Bloomfield, Michigan, and was a student at the U of M Medical School. The following are some words provided to us by Noah's mother, Dr. Nancy Cutler. Campus life was such a part of Noah, from early childhood when we lived in Ann Arbor to the Go Blue brainwashing that we did throughout his entire childhood, football games, and his undergrad and med school experience. The first image against the barn is his high school senior picture with a quote that he carefully chose. Quote, "Challenges are what make life interesting, and overcoming them is what makes life meaningful." Joshua Marine. His lifelong dream was to be a surgeon. He simply did everything right in the path to make it happen and made it look so easy. He was so loved by so many, all across campus, from undergrad to the medical campus, and involved in many meaningful organizations. He made a real difference in the lives of those he touched, simply through his kindness, humility, and brilliance. U of M was his second home, and he truly found comfort there. But deep down, he struggled with demons that no one should ever have to deal with. He never let anyone see his struggles for us to help him. Our message has been to check in on family, friends, classmates, and make sure they know that if they are struggling, it's okay to ask for help and that you're there for them. Deanna Giroir. Deanna K. Giroir passed away unexpectedly on Friday, January 22, 2021, in Milford, Michigan. She was 49. Deanna was born on September 28, 1971, in Livonia, Michigan, to Catherine Lynn Handy. She graduated from Brighton High School in 1990. Deanna worked various places over the years, including National Bank of Arizona as VP Area Sales Manager, and for Service Systems Associates as Director of Catering Sales and Operations in both San Francisco and Miami. Deanna most recently held the same position for Zoe's Kitchen in the Washington, D.C. area. Currently, Deanna was enrolled at the University of Michigan working on her BA in political science. Deanna is survived by numerous family members and was a loving mother to her 2 daughters. Camping, swimming, hiking, and biking, anything that involved being outdoors was her passion. She didn't want to waste time inside the house, though she also loved to cook and bake, a passion she shared with her mother, Kate. Ian Miskelly. Before attending the University of Michigan as a neuroscience major in the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts, Ian was a resident of Holland, Michigan. Ian's family contributed some words to be shared with our community, provided to us by Ian's parents, Jill and Steve Miskelly. Ian Michael Miskelly was a remarkable young man, immensely kind-hearted and generous, determined and goal-oriented, witty and even light-hearted, often at the most unexpected times. He had an infectious laugh and was an extraordinarily talented swimmer, and he was a wonderful son and brother. He was an Apple aficionado from a young age and always looked forward to the annual Apple product announcements. He was also a huge fan of Marvel movies. We would make it a point to go to the midnight premiere of the latest movie whenever it came out. He loved animals, especially turtles, and he loved swimming for the University of Michigan. It was a lifelong dream come true. He loved his family. He and his sister were especially close. He really enjoyed playing video games with his cousins and uncle. He also loved his swim team family. From the moment he stepped foot on campus, Ann Arbor became home, and the swim team became his family. Ian struggled with depression and anxiety. It was a constant fight for him, a daily battle. We took to calling him a warrior because of his persistent willingness and ability to fight through this affliction every day. Tragically, though, depression claimed his life of nearly 20 years on September 7th, 2020, 2 weeks shy of his 20th birthday. But instead of focusing on how he died, we want to remember him for how he lived. He was a warrior, but he was also a friend with a sympathetic ear and a big shoulder to cry on. And he was an advocate for himself and for anyone he knew who struggled with anxiety and depression. He was not afraid to speak up about his affliction in the hope that it might help someone else. He made us better by knowing him. So let's be better. Let's make his memory matter. Emily Solek. Emily was from Rochester Hills, Michigan, and was a student at the Ross School of Business. Prior to attending the University of Michigan, Emily was a proud Cougar at Stony Creek High School, where she was a valued player on the women's soccer and basketball teams. Emily took her love of sports to U of M and became a member of the U of M Women's Soccer Club. Emily also worked for the U of M Center for Value Chain Innovation. To honor Emily's memory, the family created the Emily Victoria Solek Memorial Scholarship Fund, which will provide annual financial assistance for higher education to a graduate of Stony Creek High School with qualifications based on character, academic achievement, and financial need. Stony Creek girls basketball coach said of Emily, quote, "Emily was a ray of light. She was everything you could ever want in a person or an athlete. Her kindness, her selflessness were contagious. She was such a special, talented human being, and when you were around her, you felt inspired." Friends also reflected a beautiful girl Emily was, both inside and out. Her warm smile, huge heart, and wonderful personality, magnetic. If the measure of one's life is related to the impact they had, Emily was a rock star. So many people loved and respected her, and her impact will be felt forever. Chance Stevenson. Chance was born in Southfield, Michigan, and was a resident of Ferndale, Michigan, before attending U of M. During his time at Ferndale Montessori, Chance developed his perpetual love of learning. Chance was a passionate percussion player, having played with his high school marching band. Some of Chance's hobbies included piano, juggling, and chess. Other interests that can be attributed to Chance include tennis, theater, forensics, and being an Eagle Scout. Chance had the opportunity to spend a summer in Guatemala working at a clinic that provided mental health care and free medical care. Chance's mother, Dawn Stevenson, shared these words. Chance Stevenson entered the University of Michigan in fall 2018. He was accepted into the actuarial mathematics program in fall of 2020. While on campus, Chance participated in ballroom dancing, political awareness meetings, and was a member of the Ox Improv group. Chance enjoyed visiting the Art Museum and Natural History Museum on campus. He was a junior when he died unexpectedly last November. Chance's friends shared these words as well. You were just about one of the smartest people I knew. You had brilliance almost beyond comprehension. You were a prodigy. And it makes me wonder, how could someone with so much kindness, so much graciousness, and so much God-given ability be gone so soon? Well, I don't know if any of us have the answer, or if any of us will in this lifetime. Truly, only God knows. Chance, it was an honor to be a part of your lived experience. You made my life better because you were in it. And I'm sure that is the case for almost everyone you encountered. You're someone whose talent, heart, and tenacity is one that I will never forget. My friend, you will be missed. Love you, buddy. Selena Ty. Selena was from Sterling Heights, Michigan. She had an adventurous spirit that led her to travel all over the United States. She was an aspiring portrait photographer who also enjoyed chasing comets and stars with her family to shoot astrophotography. Her keen attention to detail allowed her the ability to capture beautiful shots that incorporated her unique perspective into every picture she took. Selena was admitted to the University of Michigan on a full academic scholarship to study physics. While at Michigan, Selena blossomed into a mature, beautiful young lady with budding new interests, including studying German in the Arboretum, weekly trips to Trader Joe's, and hosting Sunday brunch for her friends. While at U of M, Selena met many new friends and was able to leave a lasting impression and impact on each one of them. Her wonderful friends described her as incredibly selfless, and her compassionate personality made it easy for those around her to lean and rely on her when life had them feeling down. She was elated to help out in any way she could and was an anchor for so many around her. Shanti Veeramakchaneni. Shanti was a resident of Phoenix, Arizona prior to attending U of M as a student at the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts. The following are some words written by Shanti's mother, Geetha, in honor of Shanti. Shanti means peace. She was as beautiful as she was brilliant. She was a woman who was passionate about many things. She loved reading, analyzing, and discussing politics, in particular issues involving social justice and income inequality. She was so deeply committed to exercising the right to vote that she was the first reminder for the family that we needed to cast our ballot at election time. Her commitment was so deep that she returned home to Phoenix in November of 2018 to cast her vote for Senator Kristen Sinema because she thought one vote could make a difference. She attended the Women's March in Washington in January 2017. She traveled to India while in college to explore her heritage. She was a foodie, fashionista, and dedicated Harry Potter fan. Shanti explored a wide variety of courses at the university to satisfy her intellectual thirst, and she spoke with enthusiasm about her classes, her professors, the lively debates, and of the diverse people she met. All of these experiences made her the woman she was evolving into. We were certain she would have made a great contribution to the realm of public policy, but a mental disorder was a relentless torment and barrier to the fulfillment of her goals. She fought valiantly for many years with the disease and now has the peace that evaded her. Shanti's presence, her dimpled smile, her preternatural insight, and the inspiration she evoked from her deep convictions will be deeply missed by all those who loved her. We can keep her essence alive by fighting for the issues that she cared about: social justice, economic inequality, climate change, and most importantly, removing the stigma around mental illness and supporting research and funding for the treatment of mental illness so that mental illness reaches parity with the treatment of physical illness. Brianna Westfall. Brianna was a resident of West Bloomfield, Michigan, prior to attending the University of Michigan, majoring as pre-med within LS&A. The following are some words written by her mother, Nancy Westfall. Brianna was a third-year student at the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, School of Literature, Science, and the Arts. She was a much-loved, vibrant young woman full of promise. As she was growing up, she took part in many extracurricular activities, such as ballet, theater, gymnastics, and cheerleading. Also, Brianna excelled academically. She graduated with honors from West Bloomfield High School. Our hearts are broken. It is gut-wrenching to have lost this loved one so young. Brianna will be missed by all. She was a light to so many. Brianna had a love for learning and made it her goal to study and learn about mental illness to help others. As she did this, she had a unique perspective as she wrote several articles for those in the field of psychology. Her writing and research were encouraging for those who suffer. We are finding peace in the scripture that reads, quote, "There I will be also, for I will go before your face. I will be on your right hand and on your left, and my spirit shall be in your hearts, and my angels round about you to bear you up. We will always love you forever and ever and always." Christopher York. Christopher was from Beaumont, Texas, and was a student in the Rackham Graduate School, studying applied and interdisciplinary mathematics. Chris's journey in mathematics began long before joining our graduate school, when he came upon a book titled Painless Algebra in 4th grade. Some of Chris's accomplishments include competing at the Texas section of the Mathematical Association of America, representing the Lamar University mathematics team, and earning first place in the Calculus Bowl, as well as being the recipient of the prestigious Barry M. Goldwater Scholarship. A friend of Chris's shared, quote, "Chris and I were lab mates and shared an office for a little over a year during his graduate studies, and he was always so kind. He was always hard at work, furiously scribbling equations, ideas, and illustrations on the whiteboard. He was incredibly gifted and passionate about his work. It was a pleasure to work alongside him." Other friends of Chris's also had this to share. Christopher was a brilliant individual, funny, and a good friend. We, as his friends, are devastated to hear that he passed away. We will never forget the good memories we shared. He was loving to everyone, cracked a lot of jokes that sparked joy in everyone, showed us his love for mathematics, retro games, and anime. There is no doubt that he was an exceptional individual who demonstrated being an excellent researcher, friend, and charismatic person. We will miss him forever and will keep him alive in the memories we shared. Rest in peace, Chris.